Hey guys, Savage Joy here with Real Progressives. Today I am going to just do like a short rant on Hillary endorsing Cuomo yesterday. So we saw someone who is 24/7, female, woman, every single thing in the world is vote for me, I'm a woman, and I lost because I'm a woman, and sorry. Um, so now all of a sudden, even though she cackled with Madeleine Albright saying, there's a special place in hell for women who don't help each other. And she cackled like crazy at that. So even so, it's still completely okay to endorse a man over a progressive woman in the state that she claims as her own. So I have mixed feelings on Cynthia. The the problem I have with her is that her platform is amazing. It's awesome. But why is her platform exactly like Bernard's, yet she's been a huge Hillary supporter? I have a problem with this because platforms are good, but if you're going to promote someone and say that you look up to them and everything like that, then they should probably be similar to your platform. If you are praising someone who is completely establishment, who takes money from corporations, who is totally okay with fracking, who has said countless racist things, all of these things, yet you're campaigning on the opposite of that. Where do you draw the line? Is it, I support her, she's amazing, but for myself, I don't really stand for those things for myself. I only stand for them, with Hillary because she, vagina. So that's the problem I have with Cynthia. Do I hope she wins? Abso-fucking-lutely. She's been an activist for many years. I would love to have someone openly LGBT in a position of power like that. And, so this isn't exactly hating on her. It's more like you supported someone who totally just fucked you over so hard, and our Revolution National endorsed you. So you diss the man who has the epitome of your platform, and his organization endorsed you, and you supported a woman who completely fucked you over, who your campaign platform is nothing like. So, when our Revolution endorsed her, she had, several nice things to say about Bernie. I don't know that she's ever bashed him. I've never seen anything. I'm not sure about that. But the whole identity politics, I think, I made a post yesterday where it says, if you don't vote for me, it's because I'm a woman. You're sexist and you let your husband tell you who to vote for. That's what Shell said. If I don't endorse you, it's because the fear of supporting higher minimum wage, healthcare for all, money out of politics. So I guess having a vagina isn't as high on the scale as having to compromise and be progressive. So it wasn't so much as not choosing a woman as it was choosing establishment over progressive. Think about how much she would have to change if she endorsed Cynthia. Not just, oh, okay, she endorsed her because she's a woman. She'd have to completely change what she stood for. She wouldn't be able to take corporate money anymore. She would have to start backing Medicare for all, things like this. And she would have been called out and hounded repeatedly. Of course, her supporters are coming out and saying, well, she's known Cuomo for years and she's worked with him, so it makes sense she'd endorse him. Okay, but my question is, why did she have to endorse anyone? Is it required? No. So why did she have to? That's on her. If she's going to endorse, a guy who's completely establishment and a total twat, then that's her choice. And she should have to answer for that. So not only did she totally fuck over who could have been the first woman governor, but she also fucked over who could have been the first openly LGBT governor as well. So there's so much hypocrisy in there. She campaigned her whole time as on vote for me, I'm a woman, first woman president, everything, woman this, woman that. You guys who didn't vote for Hillary know the kind of shit we've gotten still till today about we are sexist, even us as women. We are sexist because we did not vote for Hillary, even though many actually voted for a woman, just not her. So does that mean if Cynthia loses, which I hope she does not, but does that mean if she does lose that we get to say that it's because people are sexist? It's because people voted for the guy instead of the woman? Is it the same, or it's only that way when it's advantageous to you? I'm not sure. I think it would be an interesting dynamic. Also, the interesting thing is Hillary supporters are going to have a very tough decision to make. They are going to have to decide, do I vote with the person that she endorsed, or do I vote for vagina? Because 24/7, all they talk about is woman this, woman that, feminism, things like that. So do they contradict themselves and all of a sudden say, no, I always talk about voting for women, but not this time because my hero endorsed someone with a penis and I'm going to go that route? Or do they say, you know what? Sorry, Hillary, you're my hero. However, I'm going to stick to what I say 24/7 and vote for vagina over all else. So I think it'll be very interesting. I think we're going to have, we're already seeing so much hypocrisy, and it's nothing new with them. So it's we'll know in September. It'll be a while, but I would love to have Cynthia on. I would love to ask her about these things. I would love to ask her how it felt to be such an outspoken supporter of someone and then have them totally just completely disrespect you that way. I'm kind of fascinated by that. But, also, so, let's see what else. So this is my proof positive that women were not actually the focus. It wasn't the focus of, females getting elected. We need women in office. We need women to actually, to win and step up. And women are the future, and the future is female. And nevertheless, she persisted, and all of these things. But it wasn't about that. And so many of us knew it wasn't about that. And this is all the more proof. It's very convenient to use that to manipulate people. You better vote for me or else you don't want a woman president. And I lost because you don't want a woman president. It's so convenient. And really, the fact of the matter is, I just didn't want her as a woman president. That is the worst precedent to ever set. And my condolences would go out to every single woman who ever tried to run for president after her. You don't want someone who's so completely corrupt and disgusting and abhorrent and loathed to be the first woman. But it was always more important to people to have that title than to have someone respectable. And it shouldn't be that way. We're going to see it in 2020. You guys know this. It's going to be Kamala that they're going to be, ramming down everyone's freaking throat. Benedict Warren, as people call her. It's going to be one of the people we don't want. It's going to be. And then they're going to pull the same exact shit. Vote for me because I have a vagina. End of story. It doesn't matter what my platform is. It doesn't matter if I'm married to someone who's been accused by 16 women of rape and sexual assault because I'm a woman. And you're still going to consider me a spokesperson for the feminist movement. And I didn't go to either women's march, even though Bernie did, but I'm the real feminist because I have female genitalia. So we're going to see that again. I think most of us are aware of that. It's up to us to understand that that's going to be a tactic. And it's up to us to inform others, look, you are being manipulated. You are being told that you have to vote a certain way, or else you're going to appear sexist. Or you have to vote a certain way because you're going to appear racist. We have to stop behaving like that and look at people for their platforms, their ideas, the way they voted. These are the things that are important. I could pull that shit, and so many other women could too. You don't watch my show because I'm a woman. Yeah, no, actually, I'm not, I'm an acquired taste. I'm not going to pull that. Not everybody can handle savage joy. But it's the opportunism that is so frustrating, even as a woman. And I'm able to say this because I'm a woman. My male friends, if they say anything like this, oh my fucking God, those poor guys. It's not pretty because they can't point out the hypocrisy because they're guys. So as women, we have to actually stand up and say, stop this bullshit. This is about, something I found myself saying a lot was, if I can't criticize Obama because he's black and I can't criticize Hillary because she's a woman, does that mean you didn't vote for Bernie because he's Jewish? I mean, if we're going to play that card, it should be played with everyone. So there's just so much hypocrisy, and especially online, we just see it so much. It's so disgusting. We focus on things that just are so not important. And we have, within 46 days, we have 29 primaries and one runoff in Texas. So you're talking 30 elections within 46 days. And we're talking about fucking Stormy Daniels and shit. Like, who gives a shit? Seriously. We need to get back our focus. We have to start working for progressives. That's why I love doing what I do. But I digress, but I go back to, Cynthia saying she supports someone who is completely opposite of her platform. I have had that shock on my show where I've been interviewing someone and they've said that, like, my litmus test is you vote for Bernie in the primary. I'm not having any candidates on who didn't vote for, or Jill, or whoever, who voted for Jill in the primary. Because if you chose, establishment idiot over a progressive, you're not progressive. Unless you say you have seen the light and everything's changed, or you didn't know who Bernie was when you voted, or something like that. Okay, that's fine. But I've had people come on my show and, like, throughout the interview kind of divulge that they voted for her in the general, which I don't care about. I don't judge people for that, but that they were happy to, and that they support her and they were glad to do that. That's where I have an issue. We've all heard, oh, because we didn't want Trump, or oh, because I wanted a female. Yeah, whatever. It's annoying, but it's people's choice. I don't vote shame. But when you say that you're actually glad you made, that decision, and you're proud of it, yeah, you're not a progressive. Because if you're looking back at it and you still don't see the problem with it, like when I talk to candidates and they say, oh my God, it was the hardest decision I've ever made to vote for her in November. Like, I feel for them. I get it. Because if I would have done it, I would have never forgiven myself. So I get that. But if you had a choice in the primary and you chose her and you still don't feel bad about it, you're not a progressive. Sorry. And I can only hope that Cynthia is kind of analyzing that right now. I hope that this wakes a lot of people up, to have them acknowledge that identity politics is why we have Trump right now. People, instead of voting, I campaigned my ass off for Bernie, and I would go door to door and make phone calls. And so many times I heard, I love Bernie, but I want a woman. Okay, well, you wanted an unelectable woman, and now we have Trump. So congratulations. We have to put platform before this. We have to. You don't support Medicare for all. You don't support tuition-free education. You don't support money out of politics. You're not getting our votes. It's that simple. I don't care if you're a woman. That's not enough. It's not. Our government is in a clusterfuck right now. You guys all know that. Anyone who pays attention to any progressive media, especially, you guys know the shitstorm we're in. And it's not going to, Brad, that's a very interesting question. Brad Sandler stated, we know Elizabeth Warren endorsed Hillary, but did she vote for Bernie in the primary? I don't know. And that's a really interesting question. And I've thought about that before. I'm not sure. And I mean, honestly, Warren can fuck off anyway. But it is an interesting question. If, because I go back and read all my comments after my show. To you guys who are watching, because I know a lot of you guys, can you just put in the comments whether you would support Warren if she ran for president? I'm curious. I'm not a fan myself, not just because of what she did to Bernie, but because she voted for the $70 billion war budget increase and all that fun stuff. But I'm kind of curious to see what you guys would say, because there are a lot of people who are who consider themselves progressive who still stand by her. And I tried to remind them she is the 1%. She is a millionaire. Don't forget that. So when you talk about the 1% and them not having our interests, she is the 1%. Or 700 billion. Damn it, Allison, you got me again. Yeah, exactly, Claudia. She said it depends, but not because she has a JJ. And that's all I ask people. Vote because of their records. Vote because of their platform. So I definitely digressed quite a bit, as my rants usually end up doing. But when I saw that yesterday, I was just like, here's the interesting thing as a Bernie supporter and someone who isn't an activist and who is progressive and fights for things and is a humanitarian. Here's the interesting dynamic. If Hillary would have endorsed Cynthia, I would have never supported her. So that's the irony. And I definitely see like how that can, be construed. But so I wouldn't have supported her if Hillary endorsed her, because I'd be like, okay, wait, she must be a shill if she's endorsing her because she has a progressive platform. However, she's not her progressive herself. So that would be interesting. But the fact that she endorsed Cuomo makes me like Cynthia more, if that makes any sense. But no, I mean, good for her for coming out and trying and hopefully she will win. Cynthia, that is. I really hope she will. And as I said, I would love to have her on here. I know a few people have tweeted at her to come on my show. But I can't even, she's like impossible to get a hold of, I'm sure. But yeah, I would definitely love to ask her some questions like that. It would be very interesting. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes and messages in the comments, and also all the ones I've been getting on my page and in my PM and all that. So I really, really appreciate it. So tomorrow night, I have a really crazy night with the California primaries coming up. I'm going to be doing just a really weird schedule. I'm going to be taking people as they can. I'm going to do a dangling carrot and do like a joke without the reply, and tell you guys I have 2 people coming on as a joint show that I am flipping my shit over, but I'm not telling you guys yet because I don't have a date. So I'm definitely going to do that to you guys. Sorry, but I'm excited as hell. Oh, Leah, it's just my Facebook page. It's just, what districts are, I'm in Pennsylvania, Robert. I'm in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Leah, my Facebook page is just Joy Marie Mann. But I will definitely keep you guys updated. I'm freaking out. I need a date for that, though. Probably the first week in June. But tomorrow night, I will have at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will have the awesome Gail McLaughlin. I had her a few months ago, and she is coming back. So I'm excited about that because she's freaking amazing, and I really think she can win this shit. She's running for Lieutenant Governor of California. So I have her at 8 Eastern, and then I have David Hildebrand at 9 Eastern, who is in California and running against Feinstein. So tomorrow night should be a good show. I want to thank all of my guests who are from Arkansas, Georgia, the Texas runoff candidates, and Kentucky. I've had a number of you guys, and I wish you all the best today. I'm waiting on edge to see if my boy Trent Nesmith pulls out today in Georgia. So thank you guys. Best of luck. And I hope you guys keep fighting regardless of the results. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Gail. Thanks, guys.